welcome to our studio. My name is Demiplane. I'm the community manager over at World of Darkness, and I work together with Outstar and the rest of the wonderful team. And with me today, I have the man who needs no introduction, Jason Carl.
I don't know if I would say that, but just in case, hi, I'm Jason Carl. I'm the brand marketing manager for the World of Darkness.
Yes. So, the month of darkness has begun, so get ready for plenty of TTRGP news, partner announcements, and Bloodlines 2 content.
What about surprises? Will there be surprises, Debbie?
There'll be some surprises.
I think there'll be surprises.
There'll be a few surprises.
This is my favorite month out of the year, and one of the things I like best is the surprises.
Yes. Something that is already announced, but that we would like to talk more about, is the Elysium Black Diamond partnership.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I can tell you a little bit about that. Elysium Black Diamond is one of our newest licensee partners. They are a luxury jewelry company. They make incredible pieces of jewelry. I believe you are wearing one of them at this very moment. And what clan is that? Can we see?
That's the clan Termir.
And do you identify with this clan?
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
I understand. I also have an Elysium Black Diamond piece on. It's my Ventru clan ring.
It's beautiful.
So what makes these special is that they use a substance called the black diamond, and they crush thousands of these black diamonds into very tiny crystals, and they form them into shapes like clan symbols, like the Vampire the Masquerade Ankh. And you'll be seeing them from our partner on pendants, rings, I think some other things.
Some other things we might know about?
I think so. We're in preview period right now. You can see a small selection of the collection at the darksideofluxury.com, but the full reveal with all the products and more clans is scheduled for 22 October. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
22nd. We've also got other partners joining us with a huge sale. So we've got the Drive-Thru RPG, we got Roll20, got Demiplane, and the Storyteller's Vault. And it's a very, very big sale.
It is big. I like sales as part of the Month of Darkness because it gives us players and storytellers an opportunity to complete the collection.
Yes.
There may be books that you've been waiting to add to your collection. This is a great opportunity to do that, to fill the little corners of the bookshelf that may be a little empty and lonely. Yeah. Right now, I think we're in the final 2 days of a 20% off sale on all those platforms.
Yes.
So Roll20, Drive-Thru RPG, Demiplane, and the Storyteller's Vault. But the 20% off sale on the Vault lasts for the rest of the month.
Yes, the entire Month of Darkness.
Opportunity to pick up all that amazing community-created content.
That's wonderful. Speaking of completing your collection, we've also got a great deal with Humble Bundle, who's back for another year.
That is also a Month of Darkness tradition that we all love. It's a big, really big sale this year, too. The whole bundle is worth $543. Did I get it right?
I think so. I think it's
$543?
$41, yeah.
And it's on offer for $40. So that's an enormous savings. And of course, you get to donate money to a great cause as well.
Exactly.
I'm very happy to have the Humble Bundle back this year.
We've also got Alchemy joining us. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes. Alchemy is a virtual tabletop platform, a VTT. I think everybody knows that many of our players around the world play online, and they use any number of platforms. There are platforms out there that are dedicated to tabletop role-playing games. There are platforms that are just voice and video chat channels. Alchemy is a specialized virtual tabletop for TTRPGs. And what makes it distinct is that it is designed and engineered to focus on the audiovisual experience, the mood, the vibe.
Yeah.
And Vampire and Werewolf and Hunter and all World of Darkness tabletop games, I think, are particularly well suited to that kind of presentation online, where you want to focus on the mood, the music, the visual effects.
The vibes.
The vibes. Yeah, I'm still getting used to this modern language, elder kind of thing. You know, what can I say? So we're really happy to welcome them to the family. And our colleague Huddy is going to be demonstrating the Alchemy VTT on some live Twitch streams.
Yes.
So you'll get to see it in action.
Yes, she will be doing a chronicle that will be out on Twitch every Sunday for the rest of the month, I believe.
Yes.
We've also got a little bit of a one-shot that I would like to hear more about from you.
A one-shot? I don't know what that could be. Well, I think you're referring to the special Gehenna War one-shot that Huddy was a storyteller for. She created a one-shot scenario called Midnight Chase that is based upon material found in the Vampire the Masquerade Gehenna book, which is kind of an action-adventure setting for Vampire. It's how to introduce high-octane adventure storytelling into the game. And the story is 4 kindred, of which I am one, one mission, one night to complete it, and Huddy doing what she does best, as you'll see when you check it out on our YouTube channel, making the lives of her characters miserable.
She is
which
very
is
good
exactly
at that.
what happened.
Yes.
Huddy, if you can hear me, I'm not going to forget.
Happy Month of Darkness, everyone. My name is Huddy, and I'm a World of Darkness community ambassador. I'd like to talk to you about 2 events this month of darkness I'm super excited about. First, on Saturday, October 5th at 9 p.m. Central European Time or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be running a one-shot from the Vampire the Masquerade book, Gehenna War, Midnight Chase, with players Jason Carl, Laura Tutu, Letizinos, and Miss Magitek. Next, starting Sundays, October 6th at 9 p.m. Central European Time or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be running Vampire the Masquerade Blood on the Wind through Alchemy RPG, a live game where you, the audience, are the player, and your decisions in the game will be decided live in chat. And hey, we may even be joined by a special guest or 2. I'll be doing a total of 4 episodes, so make sure you don't miss any of those or the one-shot Midnight Chase, only on twitch.tv/World of Darkness.
That one is already out on our YouTube, so you can go watch that already. We've also got prompts during the month of October.
Oh, creative prompts, yes.
Yes.
Month of Darkness is, it's all about you. It's always traditionally about the celebration of our family, of our community. And one of the things that we always like to do is offer you a series of creative prompts. So the team put together 31 different creative prompts, one for each day. It's like a little advent calendar of cool creative ideas. And we invite you to participate by creating original pieces of visual art, poetry, music, videos, actual plays, cosplay, LARP, whatever you feel moved to create in response to those prompts. And we like to showcase the family creations on our channels. It's always a little painful because there are so many and they're all so amazing.
Very difficult to pick.
We could not possibly showcase each and every one of them in real time. No. So we do our best to catch up whenever possible.
We try. This month's theme is Your OC, which stands for Original Character.
Oh, not Orange County?
Not Orange County, not in this context.
I was confused.
Gotta think of the context clues, Jason.
Fine.
And that is why we want to see what your original character might look like, what they might think, what kind of music they listen to, all those fun things.
That's one of the best things about tabletop role-playing games is making your character.
It's very fun. Making your character's playlist is something that I find very difficult, but very fun.
But you do it.
Oh, of course I do it.
Absolutely you do
it.
Yes. What original character do you want to tell us about? Do you have one in mind?
I do. I've done quite a few by now, but I think the girl that's always going to have a special place in my heart is, for some of you OG fans might remember, Vain Pursuit, because I had the opportunity.
Play.
Yes, the actual play that we did from a Paradox. I think it's 5 years ago now. It's a while ago, but I got to be in it, which was a really, really special opportunity. Because at the time I wasn't part of the World of Darkness team, so I was just a fan, and it was really fun. And I got to play a Tremere named Peggy, who got to do some pretty strange blood rituals involving chickens, and it did not go well.
I'm not sure if I would be proud of that.
I'm not sure I'm proud, or just had a very good time playing her. Do you have a favorite character, Jason? You have quite a few characters to pick from.
I've been doing this for a while, and I've created many original characters for the World of Darkness. I don't think I could choose just one. That would be unfair to some vampire somewhere.
Picking your favorite child.
Exactly.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
That's
as
very
a as a sire, I have hard enough time doing that already.
So, Jason, how was this year for World of Darkness then?
It was a busy, busy year for the World of Darkness. It was busy.
It was.
I think our family knows that we are a licensing organization and a brand management organization as well as a creative company. So that means that we work with dozens of partners to bring awesome licensed products to our audiences around the world. This year, the releases have so far included video games like Reckoning of New York, Purgatory, and the Book of Hungry Names. They've included many TTRPG books from our partners at Renegade.
So many.
And two really cool live-action role-playing LARP events. I know you're a big fan of LARP. You're a LARPer.
I was not able to go to those two events,
That's
but
right.
I hope to in the future.
Our partner Jackalope Productions produced its annual run of The Night in Question, which is an extraordinary one-night event set in the Texas desert in which the Sabbat do what the Sabbat do best. And also our partners By Night Studios produced Darkness Emergent Chicago, where hundreds of fans of the World of Darkness gathered together for a little, sort of a mini convention that featured a couple of very large-scale LARPs that were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I got to play the Methuselah Bruja Critias at the Darkness Emergent LARP, and that was a lot of fun, terrorizing the neonates in the Ancilla.
I would have been terrified, and it would have been so much fun.
Well, there are more chances to do that, coming up. Darkness Emergent Las Vegas is coming in November, and I hear that there's one planned elsewhere in America next spring.
I've
not sure the
heard the same.
details are out yet.
No, so we're gonna stay quiet on that. But I do know someone who is going to the Las Vegas LARP.
I believe our colleague Marty is going.
Yes.
Outstar is going.
Outstar is going because she keeps teasing me about it.
Don't tell her, but I have arranged for her character to be murdered.
Oh, I won't say a word. You guys won't say a word either, right?
Counting on you.
Let's see. I would also like to know a little bit more about what is happening with New York by Night.
Oh, wouldn't we all? Yes, I think everybody would. Sure.
So
let me offer an update. The New York by Night ambition was really ambitious, and my original concept for New York by Night was to see two coteries, one Anarch and one Camarilla, each with their own separate storylines in addition to the subplots of the individual characters. And seasons 1 and season 2 focused on each individual coterie, one after the other. And then my ambition is to bring those two coteries together in a third and final mega season to have them meet and wrap up storylines and have as much resolution as possible in the World of Darkness, where final death is not exactly necessarily a career-ending injury, but as much resolution as we could bring to it. And the delay in bringing the third season to our community is, it's certainly my responsibility. I don't know if you could say it's my fault, but it's definitely my responsibility. The fact is that trying to schedule 8 very busy, highly skilled role players is a challenge, even at the best of times. And I think what many people don't know, though, is that we had a window of opportunity earlier this year to do the third season, and I got very, very sick. I contracted a severe case of COVID, which morphed into double pneumonia. And I was very ill. I think it's fair to say I was dangerously ill for quite a long time. And it took an unexpectedly long time for me to recover from that. And so now we are working on our next window of opportunity to bring the third season to the family.
But I think we're all happy to hear that there is a next window of opportunity.
Absolutely.
And we will keep our fingers crossed that we can get the scheduling to happen this time. Moving on, we now have a guest to come join us. We would like to welcome Outstar to join us.
Hello everyone. and I'm happy to join you on this great couch, Jason. I heard something about murder.
I don't know what you mean.
No?
No,
I
we would never discuss murder.
This is okay. I guess I'll start with introducing myself. I am Marty, also known as Outstar, and I am the community developer for World of Darkness, working with these awesome people. And my focus is on growing the community and making sure that we have thriving and growing community all around the world. And one thing that helps us a lot with that is data.
Data is cool.
I can see where that would come in handy in doing what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very handy. The great thing about data for the World of Darkness is that it's all about you. And I think that's what we should probably talk about next, really, is the data we've been working with and what it tells us about you. I think everyone has heard me say that I think it's good to want things. That's one of my very favorite storytelling maxims. The other one is, of course, you can get what you said you wanted and still not be happy. But it is good to want things. That's important. It's also good to know things. So one of the things that we wanted to know this year was more about you. And to that end, many of you, many thousands of you participated in our World of Darkness community survey earlier this year. This was a joint effort by the World of Darkness team and the Paradox Interactive User Research Squad. We put it out online, and the sheer number of responses means that we're kind of still sifting through the data. But I think we're ready to talk about a few things.
Well, that's why I have a lot of notes.
Is that why your notes are bigger than our notes?
Clipboard.
I see.
I came not maybe with all of the potential notes I could, because we are still reviewing the
Well, it
survey.
is huge. Yeah, it's enormous.
We got way more responses than we
Far
expected we would.
By quite a lot, yes.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and I'm also happy that
wonderful thing.
we should start with how we shared this survey, because we of course have social media channels that people who are watching our channel here probably know, because you are watching us on Twitch or YouTube. We also have Discord, social media like X and Facebook and Instagram. But this time we also ventured away from this zone that we usually moderate, and share the survey also in community-run places, like subreddits or Facebook groups, just to get the biggest possible sample size of people who are responding to the survey. And a huge shout out to the user research team from Paradox for helping us in getting all of these results. First of all, we can talk about the biggest surprises, maybe. What was for you?
Sure. The biggest surprise for me in the survey data was that so many of our community members are storytellers.
Yeah, right?
I was under the mistaken assumption that there was a sharp divide between players and storytellers in our community, because there isn't so many tabletop role-playing game communities. In fact, one of the common challenges we hear about and we read about anecdotally is that players can't always find enough storytellers. The ratio is not convenient for them. But that's not the case in our community. Evidently, an enormous number of you are not only players but also storytellers, which I think is great. As a storyteller, as a forever storyteller, that makes me feel wonderful, because it means I get to play once in a while, maybe. But I think it's important because it shows the community's broad interest and dedication to helping each other enjoy these games. So I was wrong in my assumption, but I was really pleasantly surprised.
And daring to try storytelling.
It isn't easy, and it can be daunting, but there seems to be a great willingness to give it a try in our community, which I think is fantastic.
It's wonderful.
And I really hope it's also like a proof of the very hard work that so many partners have been putting into making storytelling more accessible, with a variety of tools, free materials that we are sharing. Maybe the combination of this and the fact that our community is just so daring and awesome is making all of these storytellers happen.
Makes it a little bit less daunting.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, for me, the biggest surprise was probably just the sheer amount of positive feedback we've received for the poll.
Yeah, true.
It's something that was so motivational and so nice, and also the amount of huge essays that people were writing at the in response to the last open question.
Was it your idea to include the open question field at the end? Tell us what you think, because
Probably, but
we
Do you not know how passionate our fans are?
we received thousands of essays.
Yes, and we read them all. It took me 3 days total.
It was
3 work days
incredible.
of reading them, and I read through all of them. I made notes. I made tags. It was actually super fun. We're going to talk about the funniest ones we received a little bit later, I think. But yeah,
funny or disturbing? I'm not sure which is.
both.
I think that describes our community quite well.
I see. Okay. Well.
Yeah, but
And us.
But for me, as as a community developer and someone who just lives on social media, social media algorithms always have a specific weird way of preferring specific kind of content.
Yes, of course.
In the modern social media landscape, it's also very difficult to navigate. It's so much harder to find things and to categorize things.
It is. It's harder to get an overall sense too of any given topic or community. It's easy to focus on specific areas that are happening in conversation, but trying to get a big picture, not so easy.
And also, I think that's normal for all community managers across the industry. We always focus on the negatives the most, and that's what our focus is. That's what 90% of our brainwaves is going towards. So to see this kind of a leveled feedback and everything laid down in numbers was just
so
really good.
helpful too.
Very helpful.
I think one of the greatest parts about it was that we have a much better sense of what our community wants from us now.
Exactly. And what do they want?
Everything. Pretty much more of everything, I think it's safe to say. But there was a winner in the list of what do you want. And remember that I said it's good to want things. Tabletop role-playing game books came out, the clear winner, above even video games.
Above video games,
above everything else, something that you want more of from us. So the good news is that you're going to get your wish. We are going to give you more tabletop role-playing games for the World of Darkness. I think everybody understands that we're very, very committed to quality. So making sure that quality is in each and every book means that we can't always publish as many as quickly as we would want, but there is no doubt whatsoever that you are going to get what you asked for from us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's also been motivational to see the positive feedback towards the latest released TTRPG books this year. We hope to keep that going.
Yes, of course we will.
I mean, of course, I know, Jason, you're going to talk about TTRPG games. I'm going to talk about something that I spend most of my time on, which is video games.
Are you sure?
I mean, maybe a little bit too much hours of my life, but that's fine.
No, no such thing.
No such thing.
No such thing.
I want to talk about genres, because that was also surprising, I think, in some way.
Oh yeah, we did ask what genre of video games that people really enjoyed.
What do World of Darkness fans prefer as a genre? And the top 4 genres that we were able to determine from the poll so far are action RPGs,
Of course.
stealth games, dungeon crawlers, and visual novels.
Nice.
Okay, well that's a pretty good spread of different genres.
Imagine a game that is an action RPG, stealth game, dungeon crawler, and a visual novel in one.
I will let our licensee partners know that we would like them to get right on that.
That is a big ask.
I'm not sure how that's going to work out exactly.
But I'm so interested about stealth games being so high. I personally love stealth games. So
that was a
great.
surprise. Yeah, I mean, I like them too. So that was a pleasant surprise.
I think a lot of people will play as Banu Hakim in Baldur's too.
Absolutely.
It seems like. And of course, it's great to see a lot of love towards visual novels, which maybe are not as appreciated by the video game community as a whole. To see our community like them so much is great.
Maybe not, but they are uniquely well suited to World of Darkness stories,
really
I
are.
think. So I really enjoy them, and I always want to see more of them.
What was the other things that you were so interested in the poll? Jason?
You already know what I'm going to say.
I expect.
I think it is safe to say that there is a strong case of Mage 5th edition thirst in our community. Amongst all the things that that the survey participants said that they wanted, Mage 5th edition was very close, if not the top thing in tabletop role-playing games.
I mean, you can't blame them for that.
It also led to, I think, the strangest response in the survey.
Oh, this one. Yes. Okay. I was waiting to talk about it.
Yeah, I know that you were.
Okay. So
Trying not to read anything into it.
in the open questions at the very end, we as World of Darkness brand were offered 2 separate children by 2 different community members. One offered their child to us if we release Mage 5th edition, and the other if we don't release Mage 5th edition. So either way, we get a child.
I mean,
Wonderful.
okay, so
Not sure what we're going to do with that child, but
release Mage 5th
Cool.
edition, offered a child, don't do it, offered a child. So
Yeah.
we'll be contacting one of you two at
One.
some point in the near future.
Yes.
I'm not sure which one it will be, but I am told that I have to say the napkin is real.
Very real. We also the napkin. Yes.
Yeah, see, it's right here in the office, actually.
In the vault.
that's what I've heard.
It's secret. It's safe from prying eyes, but it does exist. Okay. Moving from Mage Thirst and
firstborn children.
strange community promises, let's talk about a different data set. Let's talk about the clan quiz.
Oh, that's my baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is your
Yes.
baby. Yeah, I encouraged it, but this was your project.
Yes, I like doing things that then I later regret doing because they take so much time of doing. But
Yeah.
it's been so much fun to do this one.
And I just like to make work for you, so
That's how the online goes.
I win either way.
I just like doing the clan quiz, so I'm happy that you spent so much time on it.
I like honestly making these quizzes because not only they're a way to reach out the rest of the community that maybe doesn't hang out on our social media. We have over half a million responses to this quiz by
Half a million.
Half a million.
That's incredible.
Since 2021, and
Half
I've
a
heard
million.
people like on conventions or in the products office filling this quiz and getting their responses, even when they don't know anything about vampire, which is great. And also, it gave us some very interesting data as well about what people think about themselves
So-
or their characters.
Half a million.
Half a million.
Okay, who's creating all these childer? What is happening here? It seems like
I'm
a population
only responsible
problem.
for about 4.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm innocent.
what kind of kindred are we making?
Well, let's get into it. I have some notes. And for example, interesting enough, majority of people who responded to that quiz say that their friends see them as empathetic, helpful, and always first to solve someone else's problem.
So they're all salubri.
Potentially, but
Fair enough.
when we go to the question about what they are most interested in searching in search engines on the internet, they picked art, music, and creativity.
So Toreadors.
Maybe. But can you guess? I'm going to give you a riddle right now. What is their favorite way, majority of these people, 500,000 people, we're talking like about huge group, favorite way of spending an evening? Out with friends, clubbing?
Clubbing. I don't know. Going to dinner.
Dinner,
I like to go to
perhaps?
dinner.
I mean, I know you would like to go to dinner.
Sure,
but
absolutely.
majority of the respondents are just like me, and they prefer to be at home in front of their computers.
So they want to spend the
Or
evening at
books.
home online. Okay.
Either, of course, computers, but also books. So that also counts. Just being alone at home.
Well, given all those 3 very disparate responses to the behavioral questions in the quiz, what are these kindred? What clans are they?
We're going to get to that after this one. Maybe I will give you a hint.
Okay. Okay.
What do you think is their most favorite? And I put it in the quiz as a superpower because
Superpower.
people may not know about disciplines. So
Oh, what discipline do they want most?
Yeah. Is it resilience? Is it speed? Is it talking to animals? Or maybe something else? Which one would you pick from disciplines, of course?
I mean, I've answered this question many times. It comes up a lot. I think that I would choose Auspex, the ability to see the unseen and know the unknowable.
What about you?
I would not pick Auspex. I would not want to know the unknowable.
I mean, majority of our of the respondents to the quiz actually picked something akin of Auspex because they prefer overspeed, resilience, talking to animals, enhanced senses and instincts was super high in comparison to everything else.
All right, I was close. I was close then. All right.
And this is also interesting. The most picked ambition when it comes to the question that is actually when you are undead, you are a vampire. What is your ambition?
What do you want to do with your immortality?
Stay away from this whole mess and be truly free. Ha! We're majority
So
anarchs.
a bunch of anarchs.
Yes,
yeah.
we
Okay.
are.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, I approve.
But you asked about the clans.
I did. Yeah. I'm kind of curious to know what clans were the most and least embraced.
Yes. Surprisingly, maybe surprisingly before you heard all of these answers,
I'm starting to have an idea now.
most of you are Malkavian.
Malkavian clan.
The second is Banu Hakim.
Okay.
And the third
Unexpected?
is Bruja.
The third is
Not
Bruja.
unexpected.
That's the top three. Malkavian, Banu Hakim, and Bruja got the most
Quite
responses.
spread.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting, right?
That is super interesting, actually.
I think
Very
it makes
fun.
sense, honestly. I think it makes sense. With our community.
I can
and-
see it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
what was the least embraced clan?
Ministry is the least embraced clan.
Really?
So if you got ministry as your result in the quiz, you are one of the rare breed.
You're very
That
special.
might actually be better for the world that way.
Probably.
Now that I think about it.
Who are you in the quiz when you were solving it?
It does depend, but I will usually, because as I said, I've done it a few times, I can't help it, I will usually land as either Tremere or Hecate.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Usually one of the witchy ones.
I should run away from you. Okay.
Knowing what I know of you, Debbie, that makes sense.
I feel like that's quite on brand, yes.
Yeah, it is.
What about you, Jason?
Oh, I'm a little embarrassed. I've always, for decades, said that the Ventrue are my favorite clan. Not necessarily that I want to be a Ventrue if I had a choice, but I like their story. And so I have always identified most often with the Ventrue clan, but I have taken the quiz several times, and every time I come up La Sombra.
Ooh.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Ooh, run.
It's kind of an identity crisis. I don't know who I am anymore.
Well, I roasted myself with my own quiz because it keeps telling me I'm Bruja every single time I do it.
I believe
course
that
it does.
completely.
Yeah, nobody is surprised about that.
This comes as a shock to exactly no one.
I've heard that we also have more data.
We do. When we set out to decide what to talk about today, and we decided the theme is all about you, we looked at the clan quiz that we've just talked about, of course. We wanted to bring in the community survey, and then we decided to look at a third data set, and that is what players are doing at the table, sort of. We turned to our friends and partners at Demiplane, who offer the tabletop tool, the Vampire Nexus, and we asked what characters is the community creating? What clans are they choosing?
Yeah.
What are the most and least chosen clans in actual character creation in the tool? And our friends at Demiplane showed us the data, and this is what we got. Now, it's a little skewed because when you visit the Vampire Nexus, if you aren't a subscriber yet, you can choose between two clans to test it out. You can choose Toreador or Bruja. And the Toreador came up number one by a very small margin over the Bruja. It was almost even, almost even. If you include the free clans, the Toreador and the Bruja, in the big list, they still come out on top. Naturally, that's how the data would work. But if you control for them, if you discount those two clans, the most number of characters made it doesn't match your list.
Ventrue? No?
No. Gangrel, Banu Hakim,
Ah.
and Ventrue.
Wow.
I also have a soft spot for Ventrue, so that makes me happy.
So we have three different data sets, and two of those data sets deal with clans. And one is essentially self-identification through a series of questions and answers, and one is what characters are you actually making to play your games with. And I find it fascinating that they're so different.
But still, we can say that we have overrepresentation of Bruja among our community in both cases.
I find that completely appropriate.
I mean, they are very fun to play, so I can't blame our community for that.
Exactly. Okay, that's a pretty fascinating look at the world that we live in, and more importantly, that the world our community lives in.
It's great for us because we would love to be a fly on the wall when you're playing tabletop RPGs and just like know how you're playing. So to get any data from any source, either by you helping us with the poll surveys and just hanging out on our Discord and social media, helps
Telling
us a lot.
us about your stories.
Yeah, that helps a lot, definitely.
That's wonderful. To help new players and old players to bring more players together, we are going to do a little giveaway today.
Yay!
Well, what are you giving away?
We are giving
children.
away.
Boy,
Not the children.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I'm not sure that Paradox would allow us to do that.
Aww.
But I do have. Let's see. Oh, it's heavy.
Oh my! Oh, that's a lot of stuff.
I have a little
Oh.
package.
Are those discipline cards?
Yes. So we have a Vampire the Masquerade Discipline deck. I should have opened it so I could have shown it off, but all this information will be.
Oh, they're terrific. I love them.
the
They're playing card size.
Yeah,
Actually, they're
right?
slightly larger than playing card. They're like tarot card size. And each one of them has a complete discipline power description, I should say, on it. And I think it really speeds up play.
Yeah, I can see it very much just helping the play out. And then we've got a dice set with a dice bag, where you can keep all your dice together.
And you have books too.
Yes, we've got
I hear the
two
community
books.
likes books.
I hear the community likes
That's
books.
what I heard.
Who doesn't like books, though?
I hear these things.
If they don't like books, they're wrong. So we have got the Gehenna Wars,
Gehenna War.
and it's so good. And then the Player's Guide.
Fantastic.
Yes.
How do they win?
They will join the World of Darkness Discord, and all the information about how to enter. It is a simple raffle. You do not need to create or do anything.
Good.
You simply enter on the Discord, and you get a chance to win this incredible package.
Yep, just join the World of Darkness announcements channel, and it's gonna be there. Click on it.
Yes.
Have fun. This is beautiful.
That's pretty cool. That's a great set of loot.
It is. I kind of wish I could take it home, but no. We will be giving it away. Don't worry. All right. That is all that we have time for today.
Oh, already? Okay.
Yes, it is. Time goes by
All right.
very fast. Thank you for joining us in today's stream. And we will hopefully be back very soon with the next stream of the month.